Yo, welcome back to the channel, boys and girls. As you can see, my brand new Allez custom kits are finally arrived here in stock, courtesy of Montan Sports. So if you guys are interested in buying one of these kits, please shoot me a DM to my Instagram and I might have your size in stock and we'll be able to get you sorted out, hopefully. But anyway, in today's video, guys, I am super duper thrilled because we have a brand new frame here in the workshop here that we're going to be building up. So this is the VeloBuild 168 Aero frame set here that I'm going to be building up. Now, full disclosure, of course, VeloBuild, they did send me out this frame to review. And the reason why is because based on all the reviews I've done previously on the VeloBuild 177 super lightweight frame set, the feedback from VeloBuild was pretty good. And so they sent this out to me to build up and for me to give my thoughts on this frame here. And so the reason why I'm super duper excited for this build, there's actually three reasons I want to address. Now, this is just an introduction video. I'll have a full-on build video and review of it later, but the three reasons why I'm super duper excited for this frame set. So the first one is basically the geometry. So the geometry on this frame is identical to the Specialized LA Sprint, the 2022 model, as well as the Tarmac S07. Now, for me being 6 feet tall with a 6'4" wingspan, I need a lot of reach. And because I'm very flexible on the bike, I also need a very low stack. And so in the size 56 frame of this VeloBuild 168, the geometry on this is really, really good and it suits me very well. Now, moving on to the second reason. Now, the second reason why I'm excited to build this up here comes down to versatility here. So VeloBuild states that the tire clearance for this frame is 32C tires here. Now, the reason why I have this really nice ENVE G23 gravel wheel on here is because the tires on here currently are 32C tires. And so I wanted to check the frame clearance to make sure that they fit. And I can confirm that 32C road tires works on here as well as on the fork here. So here in the Midwest here, we do have a lot of gravel rides, a lot of gravel races, but we also have these road races here where you don't need a full-on gravel bike or gravel tires, but you definitely need some road tires that are gonna have a little bit more rolling resistance and puncture protection versus like a 25 or 28C tire here, where you basically need 30 or 32C tires. Barry-Roubaix comes to mind for that. So being able to have an Aero race bike that allows me to run these type of wheels is really, really important to me here. Because on my Dangfu and even on my VeloBuild 177, those say that they can run 32C tires, but I checked myself and they just don't. I think the max you can get on them is probably 28 or 30C tires, but definitely not 32C tires. And the third reason why I'm super excited about this build here is, I kind of mentioned it earlier here, is basically the Specialized LA Sprint, the 2022 model. So I bring that up because I was really, really excited when it came out. As someone who has ridden and built up the previous version of the LA Sprint, the rim brake version here, I really do like alloy frames here. And so I was almost going to pull the trigger on the new LA Sprint frame set. However, the problem with that is, number one, it's $1,700 USD for just the frame set, which is pretty expensive for what it is. And the second reason is just that the frame is really, really heavy. I want to say for like a size 56 frame set, just the frame itself, it comes in at like 15 or 1600 grams, which is pretty heavy here, even if it's supposed to be for a dedicated race bike here. This frame right here, now as you can see, it's unpainted here. It just has a little bit of matte primer on it, but this frame as it is right here in the size 56, it only comes in at, I want to say 1005 or 1006 grams. I'll be sure to post pictures on the screen showing you the weights of the frame, the fork, as well as the seat posts here. So yeah, so those are the reasons why I'm super duper excited to build up this frame. Now, there is one other thing I do want to talk about here. Now, when VeloBuild reached out to me to review this frame, I told them that I did not need an integrated handlebar cockpit. I didn't even need a separate stem and handlebar cockpit because I was going to be using my own stem and handlebar. So you're probably wondering, how am I going to be able to do that? Because there's nowhere to route the cables within the frame itself. You basically have to go fully internal cables. So I'm going to show you guys my plans for this, and I'm going to show you why I hate integrated cockpits and show you how I'm going to build up this bike here. So let's continue. Alrighty guys, so here's what I was talking about as far as how I'm going to route the cables into the frame. So FSA or Full Speed Ahead or Vision, whatever they're called. They make this headset system here that, as you can see here, there's a little bit of a hole right there on the top cap just above the headset that will allow me to route the cables from the levers, from the handlebars, the top bars, and then down underneath the stem into this little port here. Then from there, it'll just route the rest of the cables through the frame. I really like this system. I tried it out on my Dangfu and it works really, really well. What's nice about this system here is that it'll allow me to run whatever stem and handlebars that I want to use on this 168 frame build here. And when it comes to serviceability, all that stuff, it's going to be really, really easy to do all that. And the problem with integrated cockpits is that for someone like me who's really flexible and needs a lot of reach, there just really isn't a standard integrated cockpit that has the dimensions that I need here, because I basically need like a 130 or even a 135 length stem, and I typically run a -17-degree stem here. So with this combo here, this being an alloy stem and the cockpit here, this is, or not the cockpit, but these Aero bars courtesy of Prime, this is the ideal setup for me here, and so I'm really excited to put this to use. Now, as you can see that the metal C-ring here just below there, it's a little bit tall. And part of that is because the bearings that are included with this FSA, I want to say the thickness of it is either 7 or 8 millimeters. Now, the cup for the 168 frame, it is a little bit recessed, so I might end up using a thinner top headset bearing here so that there won't be this big noticeable gap once, as you guys can see here, once everything is buttoned up on the frame here. But yeah, guys, if you guys ever want to try this out here, because for whatever reason you don't like internal cockpits, this is definitely the setup to go, because you can use any set of stems and handlebars you want, and you can really be able to dial in your bike fit. Now, just looking at the frame in general here, like I said, this is unpainted raw carbon. There is sort of a matte finish on it here just to protect the resin for the carbon, so there's not any worry of any issues here. Visually speaking, this looks identical to the unpainted Dangfu frame set, the R12 that I built up back in the winter time. So yeah, I have a really cool design that I'm going to be painting this frame. It was fairly inexpensive, so I will show you guys when it's all finished, excuse me. Visually speaking here, I didn't see anything out of the norm as far as quality goes. I did check inside the fork, I checked inside the frame, and I didn't see too many rough edges here. Could it be that maybe they sent me out an Hambini special? I don't know. But yeah, the reaming, if that's what it's called here, around the bottom bracket looks pretty good here. Yeah, I didn't see any rough edges, anything that would rip the cables or anything like that. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this is going to be built up. Alrighty guys, so that is going to wrap up today's video here. I hope that I wasn't talking too quickly here. I just didn't want to spend too much time on this video because it is just an intro video, but I am really happy to build up this VeloBuild 168 frame set. So that's going to end today's video, guys. A special thanks to VeloBuild for sending me out this frame to try. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention, and this is going to probably cause a little bit of controversy here, but they forgot to send me the seat post clamp with this frame. I think maybe they were so excited to send out a frame because they didn't have to paint it or even include handlebars that they actually forgot the seat post clamp. So I'm pretty disappointed that even after I build this bike, I can't even ride it because I have to wait for the clamp to arrive in the mail. So that's a major bummer here. And you know, this is just going to be one of those things where when you're working with VeloBuild, make sure that they're very clear on what they're going to send you. Make sure that they're very transparent with you, because there have been some concerns as far as their customer service goes. But anyway, that's going to wrap up today's video, guys. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down below, and I will check you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.